Hi, I'm Callise.
And hi, I'm Hinata.
And we took pictures of Commander Shepard
during
our journey through Mass Effect 2 on Legendary Edition. And we're going to share our slideshow with you and tell you about our journey.
I used the photo mode feature and screen shared with Callise.
If you don't want spoilers for Mass Effect 2, now's the time to back out. We thought Commander Shepard had died.
But then, after 2 years, we found out she was rebuilt by the Lazarus Project.
And she just woke up.
Only to discover that the Lazarus Project was actually headed by a long enemy Cerberus, and they awoke her for a mission to stop the Collector. Not long after coming back in action, Commander Shepard goes to see the crash site of the original Normandy and leaves a memorial for the fallen.
Hinata told Commander Shepard she could get fish, and I got to name the first 3, Ishimura, Amora, and Ariel.
And of course, we couldn't resist getting our little space hamster and named him Hammy. This is Saronis, and he was so excited to see Commander Shepard because he remembered the good deeds she did, so he asked for an endorsement for his shop.
So Commander Shepard said, "I'm Commander Shepard. This is my favorite store in the Citadel."
But we didn't tell him we did that to every shop in the shopping district. Commander Shepard worked with Kasumi Goto to go on a heist and even had to dress undercover for it. I, for one, think she looks beautiful. And now she's looking for a way to sneak into the vault.
I'm sure glad the bad guys didn't notice me taking this picture. So we managed to sneak into the vault and found a Prothean and
Statue of Liberty?
Oh yeah, whatever that thing is.
Hawk was trying to get away, and he fired a rocket launcher at Commander Shepard. We were honestly worried after we saw this explosion. But thankfully, she's A-okay.
And it made for an amazing picture. Like she has this genius idea. We discovered the ship's trash compactor. And we watched it go out into space.
It was amazing.
It was so much fun. And Shepard was like, "Really, you guys?" And we're like, "It's awesome."
As we were on our way to recruit Okeer the Warlord, we ran into a tank-bred Krogan that said that it was not perfect and had been rejected by Okeer. He helped us along our way.
But he was perfect to me. And I wanted him to join our crew, but he had his own sense of purpose and his own mission to complete.
From the mission, we received Okeer's perfect tank bread in a pod. Shepard isn't sure what to do with it. Then we were sent to a human colony being attacked by the Collectors. Thankfully, Dr. Morden Solis created a protection for us against the swarms.
So the Collectors had sent out the swarms to paralyze the colonists so they could put them in these pods.
We had to buy Edie some time to fix the colony's defense towers, so we fought off the Collectors.
We watched as Caden and Commander Shepard reunited after he had thought she had died. I looked at this picture and thought it was a touching moment, and then I see Morden in the background, ruining the moment.
Who is this guy, Commander? Boyfriend? No. Colleague. Hold on.
And these are the things we think about when we look at these photos.
We had a lot of dossiers to look at in Ilium, and even a familiar face.
It was Liara! I had been so excited to find Liara after all this time, but I found she wasn't the same person anymore. She used to be sweet and innocent and curious, but she seemed dark somehow.
We ended up on Tuchanka to help Morden find an old friend, and we discovered that after leaving our crew, Rex became a leader in Tuchanka.
Chachanga! Chichanga?
Tuchanka!
We were excited to go look for Tally, but the place we had gone to, you couldn't be out in the sunlight. It would burn you. We had to remain in the shadows.
The elusive man alerted us about a collector ship that had been damaged and dead in space. So we went...
Space.
Dun, dun, dun. Yeah. We found so many pods in the collector ship. We thought we saw many at the colony, but the ship had thousands more. What could the collectors want with so many humans? The collector ship wasn't actually dead in space at all. It was a trap, and now it's powering up, and we have to run back to the Normandy before it's at full power.
Jacob had discovered his father was alive, and he wanted to try to find him after he had been missing for 10 years.
We found his father's ship crashed into the ocean, but it seemed that there were some survivors. The survivors that we did find were rather odd. It seemed that whatever they were eating on the island was changing their heads and their mental states, and they created this shrine of Jacob's father. We didn't know what to think of it. It was a little unsettling.
When Commander Shepard took out the security drone, we thought it was such an odd position it fell in. It looked like it was dancing, doing the robot.
Sent by the elusive man to find out why Project Overlord went silent. We had no idea what we would find there. It seemed that a rogue AI was trying to upload itself to servers across the galaxy.
The AI began to take over the screens.
Even though we were on a very important mission that was very urgent, we couldn't resist the taking in the beautiful sights.
We fought our way to the satellite.
Continuing our mission with Project Overlord, we found this amazing, beautiful sight.
There was area with lava, and we had to frogger our way across. It's the head! Scientists have been using a Geth ship for parts to use as a part of their experimental project, but we wanted to take in this breathtaking view.
Getting inside, we saw something very scary. A Geth Prime built with all these experimental parts. Thankfully, it was in stasis, but we weren't sure for how long it would be. And now something very strange happened. What we thought was a rogue AI actually seems to be something else, something more sentient, as if it's trapped. I think it sensed that we wanted to help him, and so he put us inside some sort of neural network, and we're seeing the world around us very differently.
Inside the network, there were these disturbances, and it turned out they would begin to unravel the story of what was really going on with this project.
As it turned out, the man who even sent us on this crusade in the first place was the very person that trapped his own brother David into this network. And now we've come face to face with David as he's been crying out for help.
Commander Shepard was able to free him from the situation and take him away from his horrible brother.
We went to Liara's apartment to help her find the Shadow Broker. While we were there, we discovered that she was the one that recovered Commander Shepard's body and gave it to Cerberus. She also kept Shepard's armor.
We had thought Liara had been acting rather cold to Commander Shepard and that she hadn't meant anything at all to her, but when we saw the armor in her apartment, we knew that Commander Shepard had actually been very important to her, and this changed how we saw Liara. As this lightning struck down, Hinata took the picture, and it is one of our favorite pictures.
The fight to get inside the Shadow Broker's ship was long and arduous, but this was a pretty cool moment when we shot the electric field. As difficult as this whole mission is, you can't deny that beautiful view.
He says he's just an innocent merchant,
but something about him smells fishy. Commander Shepard is on the case.
We went on a mission with Zaid to get revenge. He caused a fire to break out at the place and then wanted to leave all the people to die. And Commander Shepard said, "I don't care about your revenge story. We have to save these people. Our priority is always to save the people." And he was very angry with her decision. But in the end, he decided to continue to follow after Commander Shepard. During Zaid's mission, we found the local wildlife.
Wildlife?
We found the spear.
It's a Prothean artifact that's real and authentic.
And then Commander Shepard took it to her room.
And it goes womp, womp.
And here we are on a derelict Reaper, here to find the Reaper IFF to help us get into the Omega-4 relay.
We had to get to the Reaper core to disable it to get the IFF.
After destroying the Reaper core, we discovered a Geth that was unlike any others that we've ever seen before. He actually talked back to Commander Shepard and even shot a few of the husks to help save us. So Shepard decided to bring him back to the ship.
Since he had helped Commander Shepard, Edie had a way to awaken him so he could continue to help us on our mission. He went by the name of Legion.
While going through the Omega-4 relay, a drone lasered into the Normandy, so Commander Shepard took a small elite team to dispatch it.
When our team reached the Collector's base, I thought we should document this moment because this could be our very last mission together. We could all die here, and so we needed a picture, our story, and what had happened here.
Samara is protecting us from the Seeker swarms by a biotic barrier.
We're inside the Omega-4 relay. We might be about to die, but we sure are going to enjoy this view.
We finally discovered why the Collectors wanted so many humans. It was to create a human Reaper. Thankfully, it hasn't activated.
But then it was activated.
It took all of us working together to take everything down and destroy the Collector base.
With things beginning to settle down with the Collector base destroyed, Commander Shepard felt she finally had time to handle the situation with the tank, Brad Krogan.
It was a bit of a scary start as he tried to attack Commander Shepard, but she had everything under control, and we found out his name is Grunt.
And shortly after he was released from the tank, he realized he was having a problem. He felt this bloodlust, and he didn't know what to do about it.
So we decided to bring him to Tuchanka so Rex could help figure it out. According to Rex, Grunt was basically just going through puberty and needed to go through a rite of passage. Little did we know that this rite of passage would lead us to killing tons and tons of things.
But we got a really cool shot.
We even managed to destroy a Thresher Maw, which apparently hasn't happened since Rex did his rite of passage. Oh yeah, we're awesome! We thought our work was done, but then Admiral Hackett called Commander Shepard and asked her to please come save his dear friend, Dr. Amanda Kenson, who had been captured by Batarians after doing some research about a Reaper artifact found there.
We found Amanda imprisoned in a cell where she was being interrogated.
After getting Amanda Kenson out of jail, she revealed to us that she has been looking at a Reaper artifact. Shepard and I aren't sure what to think about this. We're worried about indoctrination. Turns out we were right.
She tricked us and put us in a cell, and Commander Shepard had to find a way for us to get out. While we were following Commander Shepard, we were almost to the core, but I couldn't help but to notice how cool this would be for a shot.
And now we have realized why Amanda and her team were so indoctrinated. They were trying to make a way open for the Reapers to come sooner than usual. This was a countdown to their arrival, only an hour away. And so we were faced with a horrible, horrible choice. This mass relay is about to be used by the Reapers to accelerate their pursuit into the galaxy to destroy all living creatures. We can't allow that. The only way to stop that is to collide this asteroid with that massive relay. But doing so would cause an explosion so catastrophic it would destroy every planet in this system, which is inhabited by hundreds of thousands of Batarians. So we're left with a choice. Do we allow the Reapers to come years, months earlier than we expected and let them start harvesting all living beings in the galaxy? Or do we sacrifice these hundreds of thousands of lives to buy everyone else a little bit more time?
So Commander Shepard had to make that difficult choice. Set this asteroid on a collision course to the mass relay, and Joker had to come pick us up and get us out of here.
That concludes our journey through Mass Effect
2.
2.
Thanks for watching!
If you didn't see our Mass Effect 1 slideshow, go on and click here.
If you're on the mobile device and you can't see an option to click, it's in the description.